Well, hey friends, welcome back to Llama Mama Kayla's Yarn Tube. I'm Kayla. Thank you for stopping by to hang out with me for a little bit today. This is Happy Valentine's Day to me. So, we don't always do Valentine's Day. It's a hit or miss thing. It's fine either way if we do it or if we don't. But there was something I wanted, and so I told Big Daddy, hey, this is what you can get me for Valentine's Day. And he's just like, oh okay. So this is what I'm getting for Valentine's Day, okay? I wanted it, and I was trying to think of a reason to get it. So I was like, okay, Valentine's Day is coming up. I'll just tell him this is what I'm getting for Valentine's Day. So sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes you just got to get something for yourself and claim it's for a holiday or something. Anyway, so this is I wish the sticker wasn't covering all that up so I could see all that. But it is a package from Woobles. Let's see. I don't want to cut anything on the inside, so I want to be careful. I gotta find my big scissors. I thought I'd open this with you guys because, you know, I've been enjoying creating the Woobles and just having fun. And you see, everybody's lined up here to see what we're getting. Here's Lola, Walter, Felix, Jojo, Wally, Doug, Kiki, and Fred. And so they're all just lined up here waiting to see what we're getting. And I'm excited about this one. It's something different, so ooh, you ready? Ta-da! All right, I'll knock Walter over. Okay. So that is cute. Okay. And the next one I got it was a 2-pack thing. And it is the other one. Okay. And that's all that's in the bag. Okay, so this is Layla. She's a little twin star, Layla. Okay, and this one is little twin star Kiki. Now see, I already have Kiki the chick, but this is Kiki. I don't know if it's a fairy. It may be a fairy. It may not be a fairy. I don't know. Okay, so these two characters go with the whole Hello Kitty gang. I have no idea. I've never seen these two characters before. Never. And I do like Hello Kitty, and I like Hello Kitty stuff, but I've never seen these two characters before. And I don't know what kind of role they play in the Hello Kitty gang or whatever. And I even asked my son Elijah, and he didn't know either, so, yeah. Okay, I think I'm going to do this Kiki first, just because. They're basically about the same, I think, except for their colors. But I think they'll be really cute to make and to have in my little Wooble collection. So let's open this one and see what all is inside there. See what comes in the Wooble package. These are nice little sturdy packages. Maybe a little too sturdy for me. Okay, maybe lay that over there for the garbage, and maybe I can get this open. Here we go. Now I just got to get that, like a Ziploc undone in there. Oh, the light just come on outside. And there is 4 deer in my front yard eating. How cool. We throw corn out there for them. every now and then. I mean, it's nothing we do every day, maybe a couple times a month, maybe about 3 times a month. We'll throw some corn out there, and so they come up and eat it. And it's usually like 1 or 2, but there's actually 4 out there right now. Well, this is just part of my everyday struggles, okay? There, I got it. See, I usually finagle around with things until I figure it out. Okay, so here we go. What do we have in here? Oh, that's a pretty baby blue. A baby blue yarn. And so, these are called little twin stars, and that's why I made this little star. I don't know how I'm going to use it with them, but it's theirs. It goes with them now, and I just made that up. And then there's some little like mint green, a mint color, maybe, I don't know. It don't list the color on here. Maybe it's kind of a light aqua. Maybe, I'm not sure. Oh, there's a yellow for that star in the hair, which is different from my yellow. Oh, look, a customized crochet hook that goes with Kiki. And then the pink bag, it'll have one in it that goes with that one. It's also pink. That's cool. And I do believe this is a 5mm hook. I mean a 4mm hook. I'm pretty sure it is, but I'm not seeing where it says that. It may be imprinted on there, and I just can't see it, but I'm pretty sure it is a 4. There's some polyfill, and their polyfill is really nice. It's real silky. And then there's some pink. Well, it looks pink to me, but it may be my eyes. Well, I would say it is a white with a pink tint. So that must be the skin. I don't know. It's a lot of it for just that part of the skin. Right? And then it's a little package. And then this package is going to be eyes, a needle, and stuff like that. So, and there's some people who just buy these to collect these hooks. There are some people that buy these to collect these little stickers right here. And they have a whole little collection of the Wooble stickers. I'm not really collecting them for any reason like that, other than just to make the Wooble. And they're so cute. I just want to make them. Here is a little bit of black in here, and that's to do that nose with. And then you can also embroider eyes if you want to. So there's a needle and eyes and that little tiny bit of black. And it shows here in the window what that one goes to. So I'm going to stick the black in there since I'm nowhere near ready for that. And I'm going to probably just put the yellow. Well, it didn't come in that. I'll put the yellow back. So I'm going to look up the pattern. Oh, that's what you do. Yeah, I forget. You look on the back of this and put in, there's a code there, and you put that in, it pulls up the pattern online, it pulls up videos for each little thing possible that you could want to know while you're making this. It gives you a video pattern, also videos for all the different steps that you might want to do. And then it gives you the downloadable pattern or written pattern, whatever you want to call it. And so, yeah, so I need that code to be able to find my pattern. So for now, I'm going to stick my polyfill back in here because I'm not ready for that. And my yellow. And I guess this is the one I start with because it is already pre-started. Now I'm going to pull that out and just restart it myself because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, six single crochets in there. I'm gonna pull that out and restart it myself because this is the hook I'm using. It's a 5mm hook. This is a 4mm, and that is great, dandy. That's what you should use. But I can put something on this to make this fatter, but a 4mm hooks just don't work for me a lot. And this hook right here is working great for me. It's got a deep throat right there, and it helps me pull the yarn and pull it through. So this is what I'm gonna stick with for now. Eventually I may get down and be able to use the 4mm hooks like this again. I used to could, but I lost, you know, more fingers. Recently, in the last year, I lost this finger right here. And then before that, I lost this pinky over here. And so things become a little more difficult since then. So I'm just going to stick my little cute hook up there. And I'm going to put all this back in this bag. And I'm pretty sure that's the one that they want me to start with. It's kind of a peachy pink color. I wish they had the colors wrote on them. And it might say that whenever I start the pattern. It might say start with whatever, you know, color. I need to put these in the bag too, because I don't want my little kitty cat Sissy to steal them, because she will. She is notorious for stealing things off my desk. And last time when I had got Felix in a kit, and I had opened the kit because I was just dying to see what was in it. And I had it on my desk like that. It was partially opened, and Sissy came and stole the yarn out of it. And I saw her doing it, and I had to chase her down to get the yarn back. And then I put the yarn back in there. And then whenever I started to work on it, she come up and started stealing the other yarn in there. And yeah, so I had to make sure that I was closing that up, or she would come and steal my yarn. Crazy cat. She does that. I don't know if I told y'all this or not, but I had company. And they were sitting here visiting. We were talking. We're sitting in the living room. I usually don't sit in the living room. Nobody usually sits in our living room. But we were in the living room sitting in the chairs and they're talking. And Sissy came in and sat in the corner. And then she went and sat closer to my company. Next thing I know, she was sitting next to her purse. Sissy grabbed something out of her purse and took off with it. Yes, we had to jump up and grab her. So not only does she take my stuff, she will take company's stuff if she sees something in their purse that she wants. So anyway, guys, I'm going to go look up this pattern and I'll be back. As I get started, I just wanted to come back and say that according to the pattern, this is called light tan. Now, I see a little pinkish tint to it, and maybe I'm just imagining that, but I really do see a pinkish tint to this light tan. It almost looks like a cream color with a little pink tint. So, I don't know, but anyway, and I will say this, that when I have gotten the Woobles yarn at Joann's, or even when I got some of the Easy Crochet yarn off of Amazon, I always end up having to do it from the outside. Very seldom do I find the inside pull. And I don't know what the deal is with this yarn and that, but hey, whatever, it works. And like I said, I think they have okay, that was the last stitch. They have the first, second, and third stitch stitch marked, and I'm just going to pull this out because that's just not the way I do mine. I use one stitch, and it is my very last one. I put a stitch marker on my last, and so I'm going to take these off. And actually, I will be passing these to my neighbor because I have to use the big ones. I have to use this one. These are just too small for my little fingers, and it makes my fingers hurt. My little pinky right here and thumb has to do all the work, and they get tired of working so hard. So this one is much easier for me to use. And right now, like, we had some warm weather, like, oh, I can't even pull that out. We had some warm weather, like 84, and now we're down to like 48 tonight. So, my fingers are screaming at me because it is so cold. And I have Raynaud's, and that's why I've lost my fingers. One at a time, it happened. And so my fingers just, when it's cold, they get real painful and sore, and they don't want to work right, and they're not happy with me. So I am mean and make them work anyway. Okay, I'm making my slip knot. Now on these, it does call for you to start with a magic ring, like most things do, but I don't use the magic ring. I don't do that. I don't need that long of a tail either. I just do the chain 2 and then go back into the first one. You know, some people like the magic ring better. Some people might like this little method. I don't know, but do whatever you're comfortable with. Don't let anybody else change how you crochet. Even if they are, you know, starting it for you. Don't let anybody change how you crochet. You do it yourself. Do it your way. Okay, so I'm going to loosen up that just a little bit so I'm not fighting to get back in that stitch. And I'm not doing a tutorial. This is not a tutorial. I'm just talking while I'm crocheting. So, and I'm not going to show everything that I do. But I need to put 6 single crochets in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I do want to say this yarn is quite soft. I don't remember any of my other yarns feeling this soft as I was using them, of this type of yarn, this tube yarn. And that's what these yarns are. They are a tube. It feels really soft today. And I've been using some that I got at Walmart. I mean, not Walmart. Dang. Joann's. Let me get a drink of my Boost. And I have been using some. I've been using some that I got from Amazon too. Easy beginner yarn or whatever. I've been having a lot of stomach issues. My gastroparesis has flared up and wants to act all crazy. And I'm trying to make it behave. I'm going to spill that. And so, just trying to sip on some Boost every now and then to, you know, because my stomach needs something in it. And I'm hungry, but I just can't handle much at a time. So anyway, I had the Very Vanilla Boost, and so that's what I'm sipping on during this video. And like I said, I always put my stitch marker in the very last stitch. Some people put it in the first. Some people don't even use a stitch marker at all. I don't know what kind of wicked stuff they have going on, but I have to have a stitch marker. And I like mine in the last stitch of the round. Some people like it in the first. There's no right or wrong way. But you do have to find your first stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Sometimes I, have a little difficulty getting it in there, but I'm pushing forward to do it. What do you guys got going on? Do you have plans for Valentine's Day? What are you up to this week? I don't have any real plans for anything. My plans are to survive the week, okay? Just trying to survive. And a lot of times I feel like I'm just in survival mode and not really like living my life to a full potential because I'm just trying to survive. You can see all my Woobles are lined up watching to see who their new friend is going to be. They're all excited. They're so excited to see who their new friend is going to be. Spoiler alert, it's Kiki. And then Kiki's not going to understand why her name is Kiki. How is there another Kiki? When kids are little and say their name is John, and then you meet another kid named John, and they're like, my name's John. Well, they don't understand that somebody else can have that name too. So just imagine that's how Kiki is acting right now. She don't understand. How can there be another Kiki? So I'm going to work on this and I'll check back in with you guys. Like I said, I can't just do the whole pattern on camera because, I don't want to give their pattern away. But I'm excited about making this and look forward to having fun with it. So I'll see you all again in a few minutes. So I took a little break of crocheting and was doing some other things, and I saw that we are about to get a lot of rain here in Monroe, Louisiana, and so that's probably why the deer were out looking for something to eat before that rain hits. So I decided to go in the laundry room and get a cup of deer corn, and I went and threw it out for them. And so while I was out there throwing corn, Big Daddy came through and went to the restroom. And then I came in and he said, "What was you doing outside?" And I went on to the laundry room to put the cup up because it stays in the deer corn bag. And then I come back out and he said, "What are you looking for?" I said, "I ain't looking for anything." And then I told him, he said, "What was you doing outside?" I said, "I was looking for the mothership." And he's like, "What?" I said, "I was looking for the mothership. I thought they was coming to get me." And he said, they abandoned you? They're not coming back?" I said, "Don't look like it, but I thought they was coming back to get me." That's how crazy we are over here. So the mothership didn't come get me, but there's some corn out there if the deer want to come out and eat it. If not, the squirrels or whatever else out there. As always, wildlife critters out there, but those 4 deer were out moving and looking for food before that rain starts. I know. Now, in the mornings, I do watch squirrels playing out here. They just play and run around. They're frisky as can be. And so sometimes they eat corn. They'll stop and eat some corn and then chase each other some more. So I like to be able to watch that. So now I'm anxious to see if the deer are going to come back and eat the corn I just threw out for them. I finally did tell Big Daddy what I was doing. So he doesn't think I'm just totally crazy. I told him I was throw some corn out. I said there was 4 deer out there looking for something to eat, and it's about to start raining. We're supposed to get like a lot of rain in a short period of time. An excessive amount of rain, I believe it said. So, thank goodness I don't need to go out in the rain. I mean, I don't have any doctor's appointments to go out, you know, to have to go out. Is that what I'm trying to say? I could just stay right here. So I'm on a part where I can actually talk and not have to count and keep up and all that kind of stuff. And so I need to do 4 rows of just single crochet, and that's the way I keep up with it. It's just something simple. I have those bobby pins laid up here on the front of my shelf right in front of my computer screens, and so I can just get those 4 bobby pins down, and as I finish a row I can put one away, and then I'll know when I've got those 4 done, so I don't have to actually keep up with counting my rounds either. You can do that with anything. You can do it with some M&Ms, and you get to eat one every time you finish a row. Or whatever you have on hand close by. I do have a puppet thing that I use as a counter sometimes. But I didn't get it out for just these 4 little rounds that I'm doing. It's back there in my yarn room, and I'd had to get up and go get it, and I'm too lazy for that. So I just finished one, so I'm gonna take one away, and I've got 3 more to do. What are you guys working on today? What do you got going on? This is my whip of the day. And I can't wait to see how these turned out. Now this pattern is totally different from these other little patterns. Like the body on this, that's one thing first thing I did was look to see the pattern. And it is different, and I knew it was going to be just because of the looks of this one and the looks of those. And so now I have that pattern. So far, I will say it's turning out great. I can't wait to see it all put together. But it's easy. It's easy, you know, but I am glad that I've got this little pattern now. I knew it was going to be different because I had, you know, looked at these online and looked at, you know, the shape of them and how they were made and the shape of these, so I knew the pattern was different. So that's one reason why I did want these ones in particular. Goodness. So I'm just crocheting away, trying to stay warm. Got my electric throw around my shoulders. And then Phoebe is over here in her puppy bed, and she is all snuggled up in her bed, but her little heater is on. She has a little heater close by her bed. It's on, and she can stay warm that way. And the kitty cats, they don't ever seem to be cold. Even when I have in the bed, when I have the tornado fan on and it is blowing icicles out of it, they just go lay right in front of it like it's no big deal. So I don't think the cold bothers them at all. I'll be to the point where I can't, you know, take the cover off of me because that fan is blowing icicles at you. And Sissy and Sassy will just lay on the foot of the bed right in front of the fan. I mean, the fan is like say if this was the bed and this is the fan, they're laying right here in front of the fan. There's just a walk space right here because my dresser starts right here, and there's a little hamper thing in the corner, and that's where the fan sits, blowing on the bed. So there's just enough space to walk through the doorway. Like there's a doorway here, and so that's clear, and you can walk through like that. And that fan is just right there, blowing straight on the foot of that bed. And they just lay there like, you know, no big deal. So I don't think the cold bothers them at all. Now, Sassy likes to snuggle, but I don't think it has to do with the cold. She just likes to come and snuggle. And sometimes she does get up here and want to snuggle and get in my blanket with me. But I don't think it's a cold thing. I think it's just that she wants to be next to me. And she likes telling me what to do. Anybody outside the cats that's the boss? Sassy thinks she's the boss. And Phoebe thinks she's the boss. So it gets kind of funny when they both think they're the boss. Yeah, I still see a pinkish tint to this color. And I know it's hard to see on the camera. You really can't tell because the cameras do kind of change colors. But anyway, they're calling it light tan. What I would call light tan is the color of the pug. See the difference? Like that is tan or light tan. And this is a cream color with a pink tint, but they're calling it light tan. Sorry, Doug. Sorry, Doug the pug. Okay, I finished another round. Anyway, I'm having fun creating this and crocheting on this. I did find a movie to watch. I'm watching 2012. It's about the end of the world type show. I've watched it probably several times before over the years, but it popped up there and I was like, oh, I ain't seen that in a while. I mean, I can't even remember what all happens in it, so I turned that on and I'm watching that while I have been crocheting. I like to find just a movie that's interesting, but I can also look away. Did I skip one? I'll just make sure I didn't skip a stitch there. No, I didn't, but it's better to be safe than sorry, I guess. Anyway, I thought, I can talk while I'm doing these straight rows of just single crochets and not having to increase or decrease. But I am excited about this little piece project. And I do want to get some more Woobles. I have a whole wish list of Woobles. We'll see how that works out for me. It starts curling in and curling towards you when it's supposed to really be curling the other way to make a bowl. And so for new crocheters, they need to remember the noodles in the bowl. I heard that term, the noodles in the bowl, and so that makes a lot of sense to be able to tell new crocheters to turn their work so that their noodle, your starting strand, is in the bowl. So if you have anybody you're helping learn crochet or anything like that, remember to tell them that. Because when it starts turning like that, a new person may not realize what is the front and what's the back and all that. So it's good to know. Make your noodle go down in the bowl. My little yarn's just getting closer and closer to me. I need to unwind a little more. Yeah, I wonder if it's going to use all of that. Which I still have to do, I think, the ears and part and the hands with this color. Alright guys, well I'm going to let you all get back to something that you're doing. Okay, so I'm going to take a break from recording and I will be back and show you my progress soon. I just want to check back in with you guys and show you my progress so far. I got my eyes in, and it is looking like an alien. It looks like a little alien. I hope it turns out. That's what we're looking at so far right now. And I'm just crocheting away on it. I've been watching a movie and crocheting. I took a couple breaks as I needed to do whatever. But, it's really a quick make, even with the breaks I have taken and stuff. It's still making great progress. I'm still watching the same movie, which I have paused the movie multiple times. It's paused right now. I just pause it and go do whatever I need to do and come back and, you know, get it going again and start crocheting some more. So after this row, I'm going to stuff it. I have my stuffing that came with the kit, and so I'm going to use that stuffing to stuff this little girl up. And then maybe I'll get to work on the hair next. I don't know. This color that I'm using right now, they did call it light blue. And the next color, I'll have to look when I get to it and see what it's called. It's kind of a light aqua color, I guess you would say. It's not really turquoise, it's not really mint, I don't think. Kind of a light aqua. So we'll see in just a minute. And after this row, I think I have one more row. No, 2 more rows. Well, I gotta start closing it up, and then the next row, and then then I'll be closing it on the next. So 2 more rows, pretty much. And 1 last single crochet. I'm gonna put my stitch marker in here so I don't lose that. Alright, so this little alien is what we're looking at. It cracks me up that it looks so much like an alien. Getting out my little polyfill. All right. Whoa. It is very soft polyfill. What I'm going to do right now is just fluff this out and let the air get all up in that to expand it some. I'm just tearing it off and just stretching it out, letting the air get in there. Okay, I'm going to do this to all of it. Go ahead and get it all fluffed up and ready so air can be getting in there. Okay, let's see. A little bit more. Fluffing my fluff. Oh, goodness. Well, by the time this, I was going to ask a favor, but by the time this video comes out, I think it will be past the time, so. Well, this is taking a little bit longer than I expected, to be honest. But I believe it's a necessary part of making amigurumis to get your fluff, your polyfill, or whatever set up to go. Because if you just cram it in there and don't fluff it up and get the air in, it's going to be lumpy and you're going to have holes and parts that don't look stuffed, and you'll end up not being happy with it. Especially after this settles and, you know, it will lump up in there, but you want it to lump up in the right, you know, in the right form. All right, I think we're good. And I'm just going to start stuffing some in the head. Gotta fill that whole little noggin up there. And you already know what I'm doing on the inside. If you watch my channel, you know on the inside, what fluff I've got in there, I'm pushing it out to the sides, and so I'm making a tunnel in the middle. But I'm just keep continuing to fill that little tunnel. And taking my fluff and pushing it to the outsides to fill next to the, all up in here, to fill that all up. And I don't know if I'm going to have enough fluff here. And I do like for mine to be tight. And I like to fill it, you know, all the way. Like I said, I make that tunnel and make that hole, and then I just keep filling up that hole with the fluff to see that just goes right up in that hole. And if you left that, it would eventually end up sinking in, and it wouldn't look right. I still have, I mean, my thumb is all the way up to right here. So, I'm just going to fill that little tunnel up. Definitely, I'm going to need to grab some of my own polyfill. But I'd rather do that than end up not liking this after this fluff has settled and it's not looking right. I'd rather stuff it correctly to begin with. Says like this part right here needs some stuffing. So I'm just going around sticking stuffing up in this part of the head. It's getting a little bit tighter. Let me see what I might can do in there. Oh, I still have a hole right there in the middle. Thankfully, I have some polyfill right here beside me. Pretty much all that went up in the head. There's a little bit in the body, but mostly in the head section. Okay. Now I do have 2 more rows to do. I gotta close out a bunch of stuff that's popped up on my screen here. Notifications. Okay. So, I gotta decrease and get ready to close this little girl up. So, I will be back. Still looking like an alien. Or sometimes I look at it and think it looks like a Fisher-Price, the little people. You know what I'm talking about? Those little Fisher-Price toys. The little people in them. So it kind of looks like that also to me. What do you guys think? Okay, so I have got my decrease down. I need to leave a tail so I can close that up with the needle and the tail in a moment. And so I'm going to cut that off and pull this through. But I'm going to add a little more stuffing in there because I barely have any stuffing down in the blue. And so it says to stuff it and shape it like a peanut. So that's what the look we're going for. This is some stuffing that I already had at my desk. And so I'm just going to stuff around, try to fill up this blue area. And I did look and see. I went ahead and scrolled. Scrolled. Oh gosh, a little bit. And this color is called teal. So that's the color of the hair. So I'm anxious to use that and see. I think next it wants me to make the ears and the arms, but I really want to just go make the hair. Now it's starting to look more like a baby, I guess. But after it gets its wig, I mean the hair and all that, it'll probably look more like the fairy. I don't know if it's supposed to be a fairy or what. Somebody tell me. What is the Twin Stars role? Here it is, Little Twin Stars. It's 2 of them. What is their role in the Hello Kitty world? I don't know. Maybe there's a game or something, a Hello Kitty game. I'm thinking like electronic game that they might play in. You know, there might be a character on there or something. I don't know. My son Elijah didn't know, and I don't know, so... Yeah, now it's looking like a little baby. I still have some space in here to fill. So I'm going to get a little bit more stuffing. It is rolling thunder out there right now. Because it is supposed to rain, rain, rain. They're already calling for like flash flooding Tuesday and Wednesday. And you may not see this video until Wednesday. I'm not sure exactly when it is coming out, but there's a, we're expecting a lot of rain. And I had went out and fed the deer, you know, threw some feed out for them, some corn, deer corn. And I have not seen them come back to eat. I was hoping they would so they could get, you know, full before and go get laid down somewhere cozy and wait the rain out. I was hoping they could come back and eat. I hate that I didn't think of that earlier and put them some corn out before they came by looking for it. Okay. That is stuffed pretty tight down here at the bottom especially. But I'm going to thread my needle. And come around and I'm going to pick up the loops here. I'm just running my needle through them to kind of create a drawstring. I'm going to pull this tight. It should create a drawstring and close this up. That's the plan anyway. Uh-oh. You would know my yarn came off. Well, I'll have but 2 more, I think. Alright, let's see what we can do now. So, I need to pull this really tight, and usually I just have to wrap my thumb around it, wrap it around my thumb to give me something to grab onto, and then just draw it up like a drawstring bag. Okay. Oh, now that's cute. Cute little alien baby. And I'm just going to thread my needle again, and I'm just going to weave this in, going from side to side, all around, just to work that yarn in there. Sometimes my needle don't go where I want it to go. So I'm just working the yarn in and through until it's about gone. And now I'm going to do a little tie off, probably right here actually. I'll do a little tie off, and then I'm just going to run this yarn down through the back and come out over here. I come off my needle. Daily struggles. But it's okay. It don't take but a minute to put it back on. And so I'm just coming out the back of the toy and pull my yarn through and then snip it off. So that's what I got so far, and I'll be back to see what we're going to do next. Okay guys, so offline, not videoing, I went ahead and made all the little pieces, 2 ears, 2 arms, a hair bow, I don't know, it says part of the hair, and then this little star. I had made this star in a previous video. It's not part of this pattern, but I wanted it to make it to go with this set. So I don't think I need this needle. And I think I'm done with these 2 stitch markers. Uh-oh. My hot glue gun is heating up. 1 second. Excuse me. I tell you, I just don't know if this cough is ever going to go away. This is the yarn I have left over. I think that's enough to make another little star. I don't think that is enough to make another face, but I might just see what I can do with it. And then there's some blue left over, and then some teal left over. Okay. And this is what we're going for right here. So we need to glue the wig cap on. So basically what you want to do, anytime I do it all and make a wig cap, I want to line up this center, the 6 single crochets, with this 6 single crochets. So basically you want to line those up. And one way you can do that is to turn it like this and match that up, but you also want to know that you're matching up everything else and pull it down like that. But like I said, see, I got it crooked. You want to make sure that you're lining up everything that you're supposed to be lining up. I did weave this tail in a little, so I'm gonna go ahead and trim it. I thought it would just hide up in the cap, but it wants to stick down. This is a tricky little part right here, because you want all this to line up exactly right. And I might check my ears and see where I want to put them first. Maybe if I put the ears on first, it will show exactly where to put the hair. So on the ears, it said one, two, three, four. About right here. I'm gonna put a needle in that mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, and same thing over here, because I want to put the wig cap back on and just see how that works. This one's way too far back. So I'm going to get my wig cap kind of positioned how I want it. I'm just trying to make sure I have it like evenish, you know, like I want to get the wig cap exactly how I want it on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would say that is about centered. And the little earpieces, just bear with me a moment. I'm just trying to see, you know, make sure I'm putting things exactly where I want them, because once they go on, they won't come off. If you're sewing them on, have fun, enjoy. But since I have trouble sewing things on, I'm just, you know, doing the best I can. And so therefore I'm gluing mine. Not everybody's going to glue it. Most people are going to sew it if you have that ability. But if you have hand issues like me, or some of my other subscribers have some hand issues going on, and so they have found that gluing it just makes it so much easier. I just want to make sure I'm doing it right. So that is something to consider when you are hot gluing. You don't get second chances. So I'm just going to hold that right here so it's not moving. And I'm going to put some glue. And I'm just putting glue all around on that. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. Let that dry just a little to cool off and start to harden. Uh-oh. I need some more glue. I'm going to go ahead and drop that down. And it's still looking pretty good. I didn't mess it up too bad yet. And I'm gonna leave this part up like it's, you know, I'm not gonna glue it down. I'm gonna leave that part kind of fluffed up. I'm happy with that. I think I have enough glue. It's, you know, it's not like a little kid is going to be playing with this. With mine. With yours might be different, but with mine. So I'm just going to go ahead and add my ears. And here comes the rain. We are supposed to be getting like a lot of rain in a really short period of time. They have like a flood warnings out. And it is all of a sudden, it's like it's just pouring rain. It went from nothing to pouring rain. I need a little bit more glue on that side. But I'm going to go ahead and do this one and let that part dry. I don't know how to hold this. See, it looks smaller than the other one. Wonder why that is. Okay, I'm going to put a touch of glue. Well, I thought I needed to, but I guess I do. That ear does look smaller. It didn't before I put it on. They look to be the same size. And now all of a sudden it looks a little smaller. Okay, and so the other thing was, well, the arms. Let's see. I have 2 arms. So 1 on each side, and I'm just going to put it kind of right there. Let me see what they suggest, where they suggest to put it. The arms. Okay. I'm just going to put my arms kind of under the ears, like maybe right there. My alarm went off to let me know it was 9 o'clock and I need to do something. I'm just going to put my arm right there. So I'm just adding some glue. Alright, I'm almost done with this. Thank goodness, because I need to go do my morning chores real quick. And I'm just going to add a bunch of glue. Not a bunch. I'm telling you, don't glob your glue, because you can put too much and make a mess. And then I have to put the hair piece on and the star. And I'm supposed to embroider a nose, but I was thinking I might do something else for a nose. And so, was it a nose or a mouth? A mouth. They gave black yarn to do just 1 line for a little mouth, but I may do something a little bit different. I'm going to think on that for a few days before I do that, because it would be so final if I was to glue something on there. And I just want to make sure that that's really what I want to do before I do it. Okay, so on this side, we're just going to glue this little star on there. I'm trying to see how I can hold this and still get glue all over it. Here, let me How about that? I'm trying to see which direction I want to glue this on. I think that direction is the best. Looks the best. Okay, so I'm just going to put glue all on the back, and this helps me hold it since I don't have the fingers there to hold it very well. This works perfectly. I'm trying to get close to the edges, but not so close that it might make a mess. And I'm just going to stick that on right there and hold it down. How about that? That worked perfect. My little star here that's not part of that project, but it just needs a touch of glue right here to close that up. I had one on each side where I didn't glue it quite all the way. And this side needed, see that little hole in there? I don't know. When I was doing this, Big Daddy had drove up and I was trying to finish it quickly. And so, I don't know, I didn't check it to make sure it was all done. Okay, and then the last thing I have to do is, besides the mouth, which I'm going to hold off on that and just think about things for a day or so before I add the mouth, because I'm thinking I want to do something a little bit different than the pattern. So here is the little hair piece, and what they're saying is to put it in about right here. So I would just put some glue right here on the bottom and stand it up right here. That is cute. Okay, and this wasn't hard to make. That was, the star was easy to make. At first I was like, what? Because, I mean, it's not a traditional way to make a star, by all means. And then I was like, read it, and I was like, okay, I guess that'll work. And then I did it, and I was like, oh, it works. But, you know, I'm used to making stars like this. Okay. So there is Kiki. She is done, except for her mouth. And Kiki over here is still wondering, how do they have the same name? Like, how does she have my name? So Kiki the chick and Kiki the twin star are gonna have to share the name, Kiki. But I think she's cute. I like her. It was an easy make. It wasn't nothing that hard. Probably the hardest thing was just the little tedious things like the arms, which it was six single crochets around, so that wasn't that hard. But with my hands, it's a little tedious trying to do something that small. That was simple to do. You just had to read the directions and do what it said. The ears were so simple. This little star, it wasn't nothing to it. And, you know, I looked at the pattern and I was like, is that going to work, you know? And of course it did. I'm just making sure everything's glued down, doesn't need any touch-ups. But I think she turned out really cute, and I'm very happy with her, and I can't wait to make the next one. I love the Woobles. I told y'all why I say Weebles, but anyway. I love them. I love it. They're simple, they're easy, But yet, I need the pattern to tell me how to do that. But, I can see making lots of little people now. And it does remind me of like the Fisher-Price little people. I know my kids had those little people. They're kind of chunky people that, would fit in a, they have like a little hole in the bottom, and they fit in a little peg hole for, a bus and different things. Like, they were solid, but they had a little hole here, and then it would be like a little circle with a little thing sticking up, and that's what you put the people in. Their seats in the bus and stuff. So they kind of remind me of those. She does, anyway. So thanks for watching today. I appreciate you all so very much. And I will see you all in the next video. Let me put her back on her plushie stand. And if you want to know more about these plushie stands, I do have a video. Check my channel, go to the little magnifying glass search thing and put in plushie stand. It is in the title of one of my videos. I'll see you all in the next video, friends. Love you. Have a great day. Thank you for joining me today and hanging out with me. I always enjoy hanging out with you guys and spending my time with you. I hope you all have a wonderful, beautiful day. Remember, it is a beautiful day to crochet or enjoy any other craft that brings you happiness. I'll see you all in the next video, friends. Love you all.